This is Ben Television. My name is Kayode Ogundamisi. It's your program, Politics with...
Well, okay. So last week we were talking about Lamido Sanusi,
the 20 billion naira.
Stop it.
$20 billion.
Stop it. It was more like 60 billion. 60 billion.
We've lost
in fact, 67 billion he was saying that went missing, that has not been accounted for. Now, what's happening now is that apparently Financial Times have printed and said that he, Mr. Lamido Sanusi, the CBN president, said he provided hundreds of pages of data, expert and legal opinion and evidence in forms of contracts, and the Financial Times have seen it. So they know for a fact that it supports his allegations of the fact that these millions were missing. I remember last time we were talking about it, we were saying that Andrew Yakubu, the NNPC's governor, was like, the managing director was saying that that was all lies. Well, now with this thing going in print with the Financial Times, I'd like to know what people think about that. But having said that, a lot of people following this are now saying that they want Lamido Sanusi to become the president of Nigeria. What do you think?
I don't know about that. I don't know about being president of Nigeria, but I know it will make a good emir of Kano. So what other news do we have?
So, well, speaking of president, so now the latest one with President Goodluck Jonathan having sacked 4 of his ministers. Today we heard the news of that one. But it's not about the sacking, that's the thing, because he sacked 4 ministers, he sacked aviation minister, minister of police affairs, the minister of Niger Delta, you know, where all that oil is, and state minister of finance. Now, the most important thing, what's come as a huge surprise is that the fact that he's replacing aviation minister Stella Odua. Because as you know, she was instrumental in fundraising when he was running for his last campaign for election. So right now, everybody's like, what's going on with that? However,
I know what's going on. Jonathan has simply replaced Stella and said to Stella Odua, go back and start another neighbor to neighbor. 2015 is here.
Do you think that's what it is?
We're not.
Speculations are rife that the reason Jonathan is doing this is because he wants to surround himself with ministers who are clean, that is not tainted with corruption. Because remember this thing that's floating around Stella Odua at the moment regarding the fact that she's used almost $1.5 million to buy 2 bulletproof luxury cars. Exactly. So now there's this speculation that because he wants to possibly rerun for election for next year, that he's now trying to more or less clear away everybody who's tainted with corruption around him. Whether this is true or not, we don't know. Because if you remember, he did say, that's President Jonathan said in 2010 or 11, that he wasn't going to recontest. He was just going to do 1 term, and that was it. Whereas now, speculation arrived that that's what he's planning to do, and hence he's trying to clean his cabinet. Let's see how that goes. What do you think of the story? Again, tweet us. Mine is Gail Ngozi, and Kayode is at Ogundamisi, and let us know what you think about this. Now, finally, I just want to talk about this. It makes me cringe just thinking about it. Did you hear about the restaurant back home that sells human flesh? Just saying it makes me cringe. Do you know what I did? I actually called a couple of friends of mine in Nigeria today, and I said, what do you think? And they said, they actually confirmed that they've heard it, and they were the ones that told me it was in Onitsha area of Anambra State that this happened. So it seems like it is a real story, that they, the police officers went to a restaurant and found that they served human flesh as part of their menu. And as a matter of fact, on the menu, there's something put there that says, describe one of the menus, one of the meals, dishes on the menu as roasted human head. Just saying it is like...
Well, if there's any consolation to this, it's not just Nigeria where you can get human head and human parts.
It's not about Nigeria or not Nigeria. It's just about the fact that that is, I mean, think about it.
I'm not going to be tasting human flesh in the nearest future anyway.
How do you know?
But Ngozi, it's always a pleasure to have you here. And you want to say your bye-byes. So
no, of course. Thursday. My bye-byes, yes. I'll see you guys next Thursday. Enjoy the show with Kayode. He's going to be very gentle today, he promises.
Ngozi, thanks so much. Today, we're going to have a very peaceful show. Success story, and we're going to be talking about the arts as a tool for social change. But first, my producer, Tony, would give you a short clip of these young, fantastic Nigerians in the UK and what they're doing there, award-winning Nigerians, and just have a look at this. And in that short clip you're going to see, Bola Agbaje's show Belong, the promotion will be there, and then you have Shibundo Onozo, a successful campaign by King's College saying, look, this is one Nigerian that they think is doing quite well. She's written this novel, the Spider King's Daughter. she's not going to like this if I don't call her the title right. Yeah, she's celebrated in the UK, and I think we just all need to, at some point in our life, celebrate Nigerians that are doing good outside Nigeria. So let's have the short clip if it's ready.
The rules are not made by everyone. The rules are not made by everyone. They're made by a few. And then people ain't like me. So give the goss in the ends then.
What?
Well, who got shot, stabbed, killed?
But recently, no one.
No one.
Things have calmed down nowadays, bruv. You're gonna have to grow up.
I'll grow when I wanna.
The world doesn't work like that.
Well, my world does.
I hate to burst your bubble, but you don't live in your world. You live in the world with everyone else. So you have to be like everyone else and grow up.
This time's gonna be different. I've got it all worked out. I spoke to a couple of mans in the pen, and they told me how to set it all up. And they done well for me.
Well, it can't be that well. They're in prison.
The rules are not made by everyone. They're made by a few. And then people ain't like me.
Go on, speak. It's because you're black why life is so difficult for you.
Look, my future's here. It's now. And my aim's clear and simple. I want out. I want it now. Just like you, my friend.
Think Local is a scheme run by the Royal Court at a building in Peckham, where they've got on 2 plays on a pay-what-you-like basis.
This year we've got 2 great players again, Vera 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 and Belong.
My play, Belong, will be coming to Peckham. I grew up in Peckham, was born and raised on the North Peckham estate. Hopefully the community can embrace this play and come and see it.
It's opened up to members of the public to pay whatever they want for their tickets to come along and see production.
Hello, my name is Kayode Adetunji, and I believe in London. I believe in a city where every man and every woman has the right to determine their own fate. I believe in a city where our children have a future full of possibility. But most of all, I believe in hope.
Hi, you're welcome back to Politics with KO, and tonight it's Politics with a difference. Actually, it's going to be we're going to be looking at the arts, social science, and just general literature. How do we change the society using the writers, just people coming together, doing things in a different way? You know, we don't all have to go on the street and march and protest. You know, you could promote Nigeria using different means. And then I've got in the studio Shibundo Onozo and Bola Agbaje, and these are Nigerians that have actually done so well, and we just need to celebrate them. Shibundo is a Nigerian writer and author. She wrote the novel The Spider King's Daughter, and she did battle. She had to go through a lot to get published in the UK. I think she started writing at the age of 17, if I'm not getting that wrong, and she's won quite a number of awards. And then we all know Bola Agbaje is the British like to claim her as a British lady, but we just want to say she's Nigerian, and she's doing quite well. I did watch her play about politics in the UK and Nigeria, and I just felt it's not every time I need to come into this studio and talk about Nigerians stealing, money going missing, kidnappings in the Niger Delta, and all the different mishaps going on in our country. I just felt today we should relax a bit and just talk about something else. I mean, we've got Wole Soyinka, we've got Shina Achebe, and we've got a lot of successful Nigerians that we can celebrate. So I'm going to invite Bola and Shibundu into the studio. You're welcome to Politics with KO.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm not going to start with you, Shibundu, because you're just going to go on the attack straight away. You've said to me, if you don't read my book, don't bring me into your studio. So I'm the one doing the questioning here.
Okay.
So first, Bola, we are so proud of you. When did you start writing?
Started writing at the age of 26.
Okay.
I did a young writers program at the Royal Court Theatre. They do a program for young playwrights. It's a 10-week course, 1 day a week, and that's where I wrote my first play, Gone Too Far, and so I started there.
Okay, and then the one that is quite popular is the one I think I saw that is the one about Kayode.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, actually, no, Gone Too Far is the one that's the most
Really?
popular. Yeah, Gone Too Far won the Laurence Olivier Award in 2008. And I recently adapted that one into a film.
Okay.
So the film's going to be out in the cinemas nationwide June, July of this year. But yeah, Belong is the one that's, I guess, is most popular amongst Nigerians because it's a story about Nigerian politics, but also about, you know, a person who's searching for their sense of home. And, you know, if you have dual nationality, if you grew up here, you know, my parents have this idea that home is Nigeria, but they've been living here now for 30 years, so this isn't their home, but, you know, the idea of where is their home is something that's always a question for them.
Oh, great. Okay, Shibundu, the Spider King's daughter. How many dollars did you make out of the Spider King's daughter?
I don't know, they pay me in pounds. So I haven't done the chance to do conversion yet.
Because you did say to me that most times when you get to Nigeria and you get interviewed, people ask you, how much have you made out of this? And that award, you know, where is the dollars? So when did you start writing?
Well, I started writing at probably around 2 when I went to nursery school. So they taught me A, B, C, D, E. And then I graduated to CAT and math and SAT and then so on and so forth to what you have today.
And then when did you get to the point where you now start writing The Spider King's Daughter, and if you go online, people are just talking about you and they're talking about awards, and you're one of the young Nigerians that we can now look at and say, okay, there's hope. The Shina Achebes are there and we're not losing out on our arts. So when did you get to that point?
Well, you're correct. I did start writing The Spider King's Daughter at 17. And I was living here at the time. I moved to England when I was 14 for school. And I was very nostalgic. You know, I missed home, I missed Nigeria. So it was kind of, you know, conjuring Lagos for me to write about Lagos in Winchester, where I was living at the time.
And then, Bola, do you see yourself, you know, when I go on Google and I just put Bola Agbaje, you're always described as a British-born, a British writer. You know, it's the same thing you're doing to our Shuetel Ejiofor. I mean, why is it that every successful Nigerian has to be referred to as British? Do you feel British or you feel Nigerian?
No, I've always said, whenever I'm asked, am I British? Do I feel British? I've always said, no, I'm a Londoner. I will say that 100%. But I don't claim that I'm British. I claim that I'm Nigerian. I claim that I'm black. Like, I know there's loads of, you know, in this creative industry, to put black against your word can sometimes be a dirty word because, you know, it's like, you don't do that to white people. You don't say this white writer. But for me, I am an African writer. My parents are African. I grew up in a Nigerian household. My parents speak Yoruba. I understand the language. I eat the food. About who you are, and so for me, I just do it through my work, and I argue what I believe in through my work.
Okay, Shibundu, I would ask you this. You know, the first generation of Nigerian writers, from Amos Tutuola to Professor Wole Soyinka to Shina Achebe, they are quite strong. To Ngugi wa Thiong'o, Kamara Lai, they're quite strong in terms of their writing is influenced about social injustice, change, and what have you. But the younger generation, maybe Shea Amanda's Half of the Yellow Sun in Biafra, you know, there's more of books about romance, boy meets girl, Valentine's Day. What's happening? Are we going to get the younger generation writing about the need for social change in Nigeria? I know you don't want to talk about politics.
No. I mean, I don't mind. I am on politics. Actually, I think also because I'm a history student, you know, the first generation of Nigerian writers, I mean, historically, we don't actually know who they were because, you know, we had literature. It might not have been written down, but we definitely had stories. We definitely had an oral history before 1950 or whenever Things Fall Apart came out. But I think everyone is free to, you know, write about what they want. And I think it's definitely one generation reacting to the other. So Chinua Achebe is a man of the people is fantastic. But then, you know, some people, you know, they feel, why should writers always have to address the political situation? There is a whole Nigeria that has not been explored in literature because too much focus has been, you know, put on politics. But I think, well, again, and then you might see eventually there'll be, you know, again, another generation coming up reacting to that reaction of the others. So, I mean, a diversity of stories, you know.
Okay, Bola, in terms of, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I was going to add to that. I think that sometimes, just as black people in general, where we have to always talk about an issue. You know, at the end of the day, it's about time that people write about love stories or fantasize. Like, the whole point of literature and art is a form of escapism sometimes. It isn't about constantly throwing into the reader's face or to the audience's face or the viewer's face that this is the reality of what you live in. Sometimes people want to escape from that reality. And part of that is having books about fantasy. For me, I think, why can't we write stories like Game of Thrones, you know, fantasy stories, worlds that don't exist? If a Nigerian writer wrote a book or a play about witchcraft, all of a sudden, you know, it's like they must know this world. It always has to be real. And sometimes, you know, why can't we dream? Why can't we have fantasies and tell stories like any other person?
It's
Bola for president.
It's actually quite interesting, and I don't know if either of you have heard about Okelangbodo. It's when I watch a reporter, it's just a reflection of most of these plays that we saw on Nigerian TV in the past. What is happening to Nigerian arts in terms of, if a script is written in the UK, no matter how bad it is, it's successful. But if a script is written in, say, Nigeria, you know, it's just there. It doesn't move.
What do you mean, doesn't move?
In the sense that you look at some of the scripts and you think, this is a good story, it should be seen all over the world, but it's just restricted to Nigeria.
But that's to do with distribution and people that are behind the scenes. The thing about, just even as a black playwright who's based here, my biggest thing is, why don't we have black distribution companies, you know, black-owned distribution companies? Like, why have we not set up a situation like Hollywood? You know, Hollywood has a big machine behind them. They have loads of investment. They have loads of financiers who put money into making films, who understand that making films and literature and all of that is a business. And the thing is, you know, Nollywood is on its way up, and there are loads of people that have started slowly doing that. But I think that we do have a long way to go, and once we do that, that's when our work becomes global and people see it everywhere.
Okay, I'll take this call. Good evening. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, yes.
Yeah.
My name is Amaka.
Okay. Good evening, Amaka. Where are you calling from, please?
I'm calling from London.
All right, go ahead, please.
I'm talking with what
Bola Agbaje.
Yes, about Nigeria. You know, Nigeria should try and write more about other subjects.
Okay.
Not just social problems.
Okay.
Not just social problems and romance.
Okay.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, just escape, like she used the word escaping to another world. Right? You understand? I think it's very, very important.
Okay.
And I also want to say that, you know, India has also made a lot of sense to what, you know, she's in constitution as well.
Okay.
And I just want to encourage them.
Okay.
Thank you.
Their work.
Okay. All right, thanks a lot for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
And I just want to also say to you, you're both female writers. Do you come across situations whereby as soon as people see you, they just want to like take advantage, or they just think, okay, we need to disrespect, in the different fields that you're in? How do you handle such situations?
Me, I've never really, I don't know, my upbringing is that I can be who I want to be, I can do whatever I need to do. The fact that I'm a woman doesn't have an impact on it. The fact that I'm black doesn't have an impact on it. I just have to work hard and I will achieve what I need to achieve. That's the teachings that my parents have given me. So I think if I've ever come across anyone who's had a thing where you're a woman, pipe down, be quiet, sit down, that goes straight over my head, because that's not something that I would ever allow to affect me or put me down in any which way. No, not at all.
And you were in Nigeria recently, the Ake Festival. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it was fantastic. Just now when you were talking about plays, I was saying Lola Shoneyi, The Secret Lives of Baba Segi's Wives, it's actually been adapted into a play, and it was adapted by Rotimi Babatunde, who won the Kane Prize in 2012, but it's directed by a Nigerian-based a London-based Nigerian director. So it's kind of like a fusion between the diaspora and like people living in Nigeria.
I read that book. It's a really good book.
Yeah, watch that space for content from Nigeria, making it into a more global audience. But yeah, it was fantastic. There were plays, film screenings. The best part actually for me was we went into secondary schools in Abeokuta. We went to Abeokuta Girls Grammar School, and that was like the students there, at first, it took them a little while to come out of their shell. But, when they did, they started demanding for, better teachers. And the teachers were in the room. I was like, we're leaving this place. When we leave, you guys are going to self-punishment. But, yeah, we had a very fun...
And then, Bola, have you ever thought about taking your plays to Nigeria? You're a success story in the UK. And I'm sure if I just ring Nigeria and say, do you know Bola Agbaje? You're like, huh? Who is that? Is that Genevieve? No, so when are you going to go to
I'm going to Nigeria this year. The thing about trying to get your work done in Nigeria is that first you have to be there, because it's very hard to get anybody to pay attention to listen to you. But I found this person who he does these theatre shows called Live Theatre on Sunday. And it's something that's been happening in Lagos for the last year or so, where they put on plays in Lagos. So we're working together. We're producing Belong. It's going to be going to Nigeria on the 18th to the 20th of April. So it's for the Easter weekend. And it's going to be fun. It's we're in talks now about the location. It's going to be in Lagos at the Federal Hotel. So yeah, the announcement's going to be out soon in the next couple of weeks about the actors.
So Nigerians are going to get.
So Nigerians will get a taste of Belong.
Okay, I've got a text message here. I think this is George saying he's very proud of. He's sending this text from Northern Ireland. He's quite proud of both of you. And
nice, thank you very much.
Happy, and it's quite. One of the things I used to say to people is that we've got a lot to celebrate about Nigeria and Nigerians in the UK. And I would want Shibundo, you are a Nigerian based in the UK. You're not like Bola, who is. But let me take this call first. Hold on, please. Yeah, Shibundo, could you tell me what you like about the country Nigeria?
What I like about Nigeria, I didn't know. Nigeria is just so part of my identity. I don't describe it in the terms of what I like or dislike about Nigeria. It's like. It's like, what do you like or like about your room? It's your room.
So it's part of you. Then
yeah.
Let's take this call, please. Hello, good evening.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah. I just want to say something regarding these two beautiful Nigerians.
Okay. Let us first know the name of the beautiful, handsome caller.
Okay, my name is Francis.
All right. Go ahead, Francis. Today is a relaxed day. We're not talking about oil money missing. So go ahead with your contribution.
In fact, this is a very good show that you're bringing up.
All right, thanks.
People, when we are saying women empowerment, these are the two giants
Okay.
that you are bringing as a Nigerian down to your studio.
Great, thanks.
And I just want to advise them. This is one aspect of playing a kind of a lead role into what we need as a change for our country. You see, a lot of people don't go too much of reading novels, but when you now put it into play or stage drama, they'll be there to learn and coming over to watch. Just like watching their DVD or Igbo film and other things.
Yeah.
And that is the only thing that I'm passionate for. We can translate that your novel into stage play. And you can carry on all over the world.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you are not depicting Nigerian culture. And you are bringing everything. You know, kind of, I spoke with you this afternoon.
Yeah.
My director that I work with, as the former director of Ogunteka Super Art and Culture,
Yeah.
I'm a state actor, I'm a state director.
Yeah.
And that is what I'm passionate for. I'll be coming to London.
Okay.
We need to
Okay.
one of the big cities to take place.
Stage plays. Okay, we got that.
We have a
point.
play.
Okay.
So if you would like to...
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, please, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from London.
Okay, go ahead. I've got Bola and Shibundo in the studio.
Well, I've read Chibundu's book,
Okay. All right.
The Spider King's Daughter.
Okay. All right, go ahead then.
And I really, really like it.
Okay.
It's very admirable
Okay.
that a young author is making such a splash.
Okay.
It's
And I can see Shibundo is. I think you don't like people talking. You don't like. It seems you're quite shy when it comes about people celebrating your success story.
Yeah, indeed. I think you've read me 100% correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Bola, Peckham is known as one part of London that was run down and is now picking up. And Belong, you had to take Belong to Peckham. Why did you take Belong to Peckham?
I grew up in Peckham. It's where I think that's what's made me who I am.
Yeah.
Living in Peckham. Peckham has the biggest Nigerian community there.
Yeah.
And I think that it's a place that, even though it gets a lot of bad reputation and it gets a bad rap in the newspaper, I also think it's a place where there is a community cohesion. I think that there are loads of people who are happy in Peckham, and we need to celebrate that area. So for me, I took the play there because I thought that the people needed to see the work there. And also, I also believe, my mum's favourite quote is that, you know, if the mountain didn't come to Muhammad, Muhammad will go to the mountain. So the idea of that, you know, black people don't go to the theatre. If you take the theatre to them, eventually they will venture out and start going to look for works. They'll go and pick up books and read books. It's the same with all of us, you know. When I first read Things Fall Apart, I was like, oh my God, these things exist. And so you start searching for more work. You start discovering new writers and other writers, because unfortunately here, they don't teach you that at school. You don't learn about Wole Soyinka in school, but you learn if you go and you know, find it and seek for it yourself.
Before I let Shibundo come in, I want to read this text message. You say, look, what these girls are doing is more than PR for a great nation. It's more than PR money can buy for a great nation. I think government is saying that what you're doing for our country with your play, the work you do, is something we should celebrate. And Shibundo, are we going to expect another novel from you pretty soon?
Oh yeah, my contract is for 2 books, so I'm contracted to write the second book.
So what's the story about your the firm them not wanting to sign you on? You had a breakthrough.
I didn't know where you go.
I was reading online. I was like, they said.
Don't believe everything you read online. It was actually I was actually very fortuitous. I was very blessed, very fortunate with the way I signed with Faber. So 2 weeks after the novel was sent to my publisher by my agent, they made an offer for the book. So
so it wasn't like Faber didn't want you.
No.
Okay. I'm going to take this next call because it's an international call. And please, the first thing I want you to do is just turn down the volume of your TV set. If you do that, then we can take the call. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, this is better. Good evening. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Ireland.
All right, go ahead. I have Bola and Chibulo in the studio.
Yeah, hi Bola.
Hello.
Hi Chibuzo.
Hello.
Hello, how are you girls?
Well,
Fine, thank you.
I really commend you for the good work you're doing because it's really good to see you girls at this point in time doing very good work like this. It will encourage the young ones to be more, to involve themselves in writing and writing stories and creating more storybooks. But one thing I want to try and get sponsors. I was able to sponsor the books because there will be more internationally sold.
All right, thanks. I would have to let you go. I've got a call from the US. You're calling the wrong number. The number you're calling, if you're the one calling from the US, is for text messages. The phone number is right there on the screen. I've got a text message that said, can any one of the ladies speak any of the Nigerian languages? So I'll start with you. Can you speak?
Mayomilenu. This is an English language show. I did not come on Yoruba television, so I'm going to speak my English very well.
Well, I wouldn't want to put Bola on the spot. Anyway. Okay, and I've got another text message. Bola, I'm very proud of you, and well done for your good work. Your proper Omo Isaleko. I would love to see you at Aso Rock one day. That's one, Mama D. The ladies are very amazing and should continue their good work. This is Shekwa from Manchester, and we've got someone there saying, "Can I ask if Bola is an old student of Abeokuta Girls Grammar School?" You know, I doubt that very much. But are you an old student of Abeokuta Grammar School?
No, I lived in Nigeria for 2 years when I was 6 years old. The school that I went to was Our Lady of Fatima. I don't know where that was. Okay. I was 6.
Okay, so you're not from Abeokuta Grammar School. Okay, let's take this phone call. Hello, good evening.